The $1,000,000 question is, do you need a real estate license to invest in real estate? The simple answer is no. But keep watching this video because I am going to talk through the pros and cons of having a real estate license as an investor. I'm going to talk about why I got my license. And at the end of this video, I am going to give 2 bonus tips for those that choose to go ahead and get licensed. What's up, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk with Olamide, where we talk about all things real estate. Here on this channel, I teach current and aspiring investors how to build wealth through real estate. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Olamide, and I am a real estate investor as well as a licensed realtor. So when it comes to this topic of whether or not you should get your license, as you can see, I wear both hats. Before we jump into the pros and cons of getting a real estate license as a real estate investor, let's clarify a couple of things. 1, I am not an attorney, a financial planner, or a CPA. This is only for educational purposes. So if you make any decisions, make sure you consult the appropriate professional. Number 2, we are talking about residential real estate here. So land, single family homes, duplexes, triplexes, quadruplexes, not commercial real estate. Number 3, let's define the difference between a real estate investor and a realtor. A realtor is someone who is licensed to represent people that want to buy and sell real estate. A real estate investor is someone that wants to purchase property for reasons such as building wealth or tax advantages. These are 2 separate worlds. I would go as far as to say that the majority of realtors do not invest in real estate. A lot of them don't have investment properties, and a lot of them don't understand real estate investing, especially the more creative deals. On the other end, the majority of investors are not realtors. Chances are that you are probably watching this video because you are currently an investor or you are an aspiring investor and you want to make a decision on whether or not you should get your real estate license. So let's go ahead and jump right into the pros and cons of having a real estate license as a real estate investor. The first benefit, education. If you have your license, you had to take classes, you had to pass a test, so therefore you had to study. Education is key and knowledge is power. Having a license has helped me to go to the closing table with confidence, and I've also been able to catch a lot of people's mistakes that I wouldn't have known if I didn't have my license. The next pro is that it is not hard to get and keep your real estate license. When you compare getting a bachelor's degree, an associate's, a master's, a doctorate degree, the amount of work and the amount of money that it takes to get a real estate license pales in comparison. The next benefit is the MLS. As a realtor, you have access to the MLS. Sure, Redfin is out there, Zillow is out there, but at the end of the day, the MLS is the gold standard, and that is where you are going to get the most accurate information. Next, lockboxes. When you are a realtor, you get access to other realtors' listings, so you can visit the properties that they're listing without that realtor being there. So essentially, you become a part of the inner circle. The next benefit are commissions. If commissions are involved, then you have the ability to participate in them. The next benefit is credibility. When you get your license, you have to do work, so sometimes that brings a certain level of trust for some people. And the last benefit I'm going to talk about, but certainly not the least, are referral fees. If I was to refer a transaction to another realtor, I can talk to that realtor and get a referral fee and get a portion of their commissions. For example, I'm also in the state of Texas. So if for some reason there was someone in another state that wants to buy or sell the property, if I refer to that realtor has the ability to pay me commissions. So in my head, this is an opportunity for passive income, and this is something that only real estate agents can participate in. Now that we've talked about some of the benefits of having a license, now we're going to talk about some of the cons or the negatives. And as I go through this, I honestly don't really feel like these are cons, but I'm going to let you be the judge of that. The first negative of having a license is that some people say that you are held to a higher standard. Okay, would you prefer to be held to a low standard in life? Like, just because you are not a realtor does not mean that you can just go out and do whatever you want, however you want. I believe it's better to just know the rules and then follow them. The second negative or con is that you do have to disclose that you are a realtor in each transaction that you do. For me, this has never been an issue. Some people say, oh, well, some people just don't want to work with realtors. I would challenge that and say, is it that they don't want to work with realtors? Or is it that they don't want to pay commissions? Or maybe they just don't want their property and the pictures and their address all over the internet and random people coming into their homes. People appreciate privacy and they also want to save as much money as possible. The cool thing is that if you are an investor that happens to be a realtor, you can easily bypass that objection by just effectively communicating and letting people know that you don't have to charge commissions, and also you're not going to be listing their property. So therefore their privacy is going to be intact. The last negative that I hear people saying is that you have to work with a broker. If you don't know, when you get your license, you can't just go off doing business by yourself. You have to hang your license with a broker, and that broker is going to get a percentage of your commission. But for me, I'm thinking, wouldn't you rather have 70% of something than 0% of nothing? It's all about perspective. At the end of the day, there is no right or wrong answer. As mentioned, I know a lot of investors that do not have a license. I'm just here to provide the benefits and the disadvantages so that you can make the best decision for yourself. And I might be biased, but at the end of the day, I am so happy that I got my real estate license. It has helped me so much along my journey as a real estate investor. It has helped me to be educated on the contracts, on the disclosures that are put in place to protect not only buyers, but also sellers. It has been amazing for me. And honestly, again, I'm not an attorney, a CPA, or a financial planner, but depending on what your goals are, I would recommend, if you are thinking about getting a license and you're considering it, then maybe this is your sign to go ahead and do it. As mentioned, I'm going to provide 2 bonus tips for those that are deciding to go ahead and get their license. Number 1, if you want to get your license, I would advise that you get an investor-friendly broker. This means a broker that understands real estate. Probably they invest in real estate themselves. And the reason why I say that is because they're going to be able to support you along the way. And a lot of times their rules and their policies and procedures are going to favor you as an investor that also happens to be an agent. The second tip is this. If you are ever working with someone that chooses not to have a realtor representing them or an attorney representing them, you have to make sure that you stay in your lane and mind your own business. It is very important that in those cases that you don't act as their realtor, that you don't advise them. And the reason for this is it's not that you don't want to help people, but at the end of the day, you don't want those people to be able to come back to you and say, oh, well, they told me to do X, Y, and Z. No. That puts you in a very compromised position. So make sure that you stay in your lane and you mind your own business. I will be posting a lot more videos about building wealth through real estate. So if you are interested, make sure that you subscribe. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This was Real Talk with Olamide. I appreciate you all. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon.